Well, hip hop community, we lost another great yesterday. I was at work. I had just got to work about like 30 minutes prior to this news, and I'm not gonna lie, it broke me. Now, I didn't cry at work or anything, but I was shattered. But at the same time, I wasn't completely shocked when it was all said and done because even though I didn't say this last weekend, I was thinking this. I was pulling for him. Well, I did say on Twitter, I was pulling for him to make it through, and I was being optimistic that he was going to pull through. We couldn't lose this great right here. But when you're brain dead, life support, it does make the odds of surviving very, very slim, and that's why I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked, I should say, that this went down. DMX passed away yesterday at the age of 50. I'm pretty sure y'all heard the news, what led to what we witnessed yesterday. He OD'd off some drugs and he was shipped out to the hospital. At that point, he was brain dead. He was in a vegetative state and it was something else they said too. I don't remember. What did they say? He was in great condition. That's what it was. And I spoke of this yesterday. Not yesterday. I spoke of this on my Monday Vibes video. Great condition. That was like the first time I've heard of that. So I didn't know what to expect from it. I didn't know what it meant. I looked it up, and that's why my doubts of him surviving really came to play. But yeah, DMX was definitely one of those greats. You know, I know some people may not like because he's so hardcore, but if you really analyze DMX, in regards to his lyrics and songs, dude can really spit. And if you're like me, when you feel like music was going downhill in the late '90s, you had all these boy bands and all that. You had all these rappers going pop, doing songs with boy bands and pop stars and all that. DMX was one of those guys who came out around that time and kept it real, raw, and rugged throughout that time. Not once did the man sell out for mainstream notoriety. He didn't go to the main like with Snoop Dogg, like with Snoop and Dre in the early '90s. With the Chronic and then Doggy Style. Snoop and Dre never went to the mainstream. The mainstream came to them in the early '90s, and that's how I look at DMX. Mainstream came to him in the late '90s, and he dropped some classics. And I was saying this on Twitter that I said this on Twitter yesterday or the day before. I know I said this recently that you're going to get a lot of people who are going to become DMX fans now because he passed on. And I'm not going to set those cats because me personally, I was introduced to DMX on 4321 back in 1997. I grew up on DMX. It's dark as hell is hot. It's dark and hell is hot. Flesh of my flesh. I'm sorry, I'm butchering this, man. I'm going to rephrase myself. It's dark and hell is hot. Flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood, and then there was X. Three classics right there. The Great Depression. I can't say I listened to that a lot in 2001. I'm actually listening to that album right now, The Great Depression, and so far I'm intrigued. But I know I was gonna be impressed because it's DMX. Grand Champ that's a great album as well. You think of the songs. Like to his first album, you got Rough Riders Anthem, just laid it down. Get At Me Dog is my favorite DMX song. That was my all time favorite. And I also like This Love Stage. And it's not too many rappers love songs I really like, but DMX love songs I really like. How's It Going Down was a great love song. You know, even though Faith Evans was not on the album version, she was on like the radio version. She gave it a little R&B flair to the song. If they go to the next album, Flesh of My Flesh, you think about Slippin', you think about The Omen with Marilyn Manson. I know a lot of people's like, DMX did something with Marilyn Manson. Yep, he did. The song he did with Mary J. Blige. If they think about, if they don't say, she got the probably his two biggest singles, in my opinion. Party Up and What These Women Want. I'm trying to cut some of it around. But you got those like his two biggest singles. And then What's My Name was a great song. Angel with Regina Bell was a great song. Like, you got classics for days. And then you go to Grand Champion. Where the Hood at? I wasn't really a big fan of a lot of the songs on Grand Champ, but I give Where the Hood at is credit where credit is due because it was the street. It was like streets, and you know for that 6 year period from 1998 to 2003, DMX was untouchable. Nobody, not too many rappers was on his level. He had the streets on lock. He had the mainstream on lock, and and I respect that by DMX. And DMX could have continued. And DMX could have continued to been on top. What held him back was his rap shit. He kept getting in trouble. He kept going to jail, and and I get where like mainstream America, they want to deal with people who are consistently going to jail. That's why I tell people, I tell younger cats, who may get caught up. I said, whatever you do, when you get out, stay out because I'll tell you now, because people fail to realize this. Your rap sheet does catch up to you later on in life. If you're constantly going to jail in your 20s, it will catch up to you in your 30s. I tell people, if you can stay out, stay out. It's not worth going back over and over again for the same stuff. Just do what you need to do to stay out. And that's kind of like the downplay for DMX. You can say the same thing for Ti. Their constant going to jail is will hold them back. But as far as DMX the person, he was a great person. He was very inspirational. Like I say he'll do prayers on his albums, do like Angel, dang, Angel, Regina Bell. Then on Grand Check he had song he did with Patti LaBelle. He would do those tracks at times. Because he was a God fearing Christian. That's another thing you have to respect by DMX. If you don't listen to rap music or a hardcore rap, you got to respect that. He's a God fearing Christian. And DMX to me was like, yeah, he messed up, but he's trying his hardest to clean his life up for the better and staying out of jail. And he's not a perfect man. Nobody, and he said this at times. He's not perfect, but and DMX is see DMX is one of the is one of the rappers I got a lot of respect for because like I said his records were bangers. He had great albums, very inspirational. He'll take time out to talk to people. Like you look at that DMX and McDonald's stuff that's on YouTube. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put that clip at the end of this video. If you look at, he's real. He's not one of these stuck up celebrities who be like, "Get out of my face." He'll take time to talk to you. Dap you up. Give you some advice that you may need down the line in life. There's not too many celebrities who are like that. DMX was one of those very few that, once in a generation type of people you know, who was just real down to earth. He didn't let the fame get to his head. You know, he was still him the whole time. And same, like I say, same will go for Snoop. That's why I give Snoop Dogg a lot of credit. He was the same way. He is the same way. He'll talk to his fans as well. He'll talk to people who may not be his fans. So when you meet these down there celebrities, salute them. And plus, he can act as well. You know, he's like took wounds. Romeo almost died. You know, this dude. What could DMX not do? One thing wish he did not do is continue to go back to jail. But nonetheless, you know, DMX is definitely you know, and make more of them. But down the line, we're going to celebrate his life. You know, that's why I'm doing this DMX marathon. I've listened not this entire day. I've listened to no other artist but DMX. You know, just, so smooth as life. You know, we're gonna miss him. You know, because like I said, those type of celebrities don't come around very often. So you gotta relish them when you can, while they still here. But yeah, rest in peace to DMX. You know, I wish you was still here with us. And to that person who gave him the drug, causing OD, shame on you. You'll get yours. You took away a leg. You gotta be ashamed of yourself. Oh, you don't sleep well for the rest of the month of April. Wow. May you rest in peace. He's got you, Jim. Whether you go to heaven or hell, because he's been on record saying he may go to hell. But if you make it to heaven, which I hope you do, you will he take you know. It won't let you on the planet while we're still around. Have him go up there. Hold it. Everyone to farm after the effort. And there's a respect, you know. So yeah. So